Unfortunately, Riley Mears and Counterfeit have unfortunately retired on course.
Yeah, Riley on Counterfeit, representing Gauteng. She was carrying forward a dressage score of 34.2. Layla Duffy was down to be the next rider, but she has been eliminated. So next on course will be rider number 7, Madison Lanzoni, representing KwaZulu-Natal, riding King's Council. And they are bringing forward a dressage score of 38.6. So they'll be hoping for a clear round to just put a bit of pressure on those beneath them. That's 38.6. Looks to me as if Lenya Price on Carlisle's and Nook is leading this class. This is the juniors 95. Distance of this cross-country course is 2,602 meters. The speed 475 per minute, and the optimum time is 5 minutes 29 with a time limit of 10:58. So it sounds as if Madison Lanzoni is presenting at the start. So the one-star competition is finished. We now move down the heights, starting with 95, finishing with 65. So this is rider number 7, Madison Lanzoni, and she is away. First jump is the slanter, and jump number 2 is a brush as she heads towards the stables at the far end of Shangweni.
Maddie's been working very hard getting this horse up the grades. If I'm not mistaken, this will be one of their very first 95s.
Comes up the slope now towards the stables, and there is the brush jump. Now they'll come downhill to the roller. Over that with no problem, and there's a housing complex next, which is an A-B. Horses moving nicely as they go down the side of the rugby field. A little bit of pace being shown there.
Yeah, she moves King Council.
Casey, as she's known. So, into the water and out.
No problem there for Madison Lanzoni.
So that's 5A and B. Now there's a green box in the fence line is jump number 6.
Maddie's come up the hill and now coming back down the little bank. No problem down there.
Gets over the Derby bank. Now heading towards the grass platform complex, jump number 8. Over that, no problem. Down towards the polo fields they go now. And look at this horse open up, isn't it? Poetry in motion.
It's absolutely incredible watching these horses open their stride and gallop across the ground. No better place to do it than the polo field.
So
Up the bank and clear over Skinny.
Just needs to get the horse back under control. She's done that very well. Over the 11AB, that's the log rail to the step up. Now the step up is next. And then there's a downhill box. I think the horse enjoyed that little passage.
I think he did. Casey's showing such bravery around this track. Another open gallop.
You can spot the thoroughbreds.
You can. They've got such a unique way of galloping. And they really are amazing for the eventing because of that. Clear over the low corner.
It's a really good round. Maybe not a great dressage score, but if she goes clear here, she'll really put some pressure on the riders coming behind her. Nice and light in the saddle. That's the logs into the water, the step out. There are 3 efforts left. There's a complex in the grass arena as she comes back up the hill and across the road. Yep, there she goes. These are the green numbers. As they approach the jumps, you'll see them. The white gate is next, number 18. And finally down the slope and towards the finish. Next rider on course is Lenya Price. And she's riding Carlisle's Anouk. And these are our leaders, carrying forward a dressage score of 30.4.
Carlisle's Anouk, previously ridden by Casey Schmidt.
But just to let you know, Madison Lanzoni is safe at home. And that looks like a clear round to us in good time.
Lenya Price was part of the South African eventing shield team last year that took place in
Namibia, I think.
No, it's in Nelspruit.
Sorry.
What's the place called there?
The ranch.
No, that's Limpopo.
Oh.
Took place in Mpumalanga last year, the South African Shield competition and cup. Lenya was part of the team, but on a different horse, and this horse was also part of the team with a different rider. So experienced rider and horse on track.
And moving nicely. Takes that one at pace. Now down the slope towards the polo fields. Yep, so this is our leader, Lenya Price. Dressage score of 30.4 is a very good score. Won't be too many scores lower than that. I see one of 29.4 in the 85s. So next horse is Mila Erlank on Mullins Reef, currently lying 4th and wearing the number 9, carrying forward a dressage score of 33.2.
Mila Erlang rides for Team KZN.
She's 15, coached by Claire Harams and Heidi Kane. I saw Heidi just now. Mullins Reef is a 16-year-old thoroughbred. Whoops, we better stop. This, of course, is where Mila Malherbe came to grief in the 1 stars. It's only 1 stop so far.
Yeah, that's from what I know. That's the first stop so far. These ditches are tricky things to get over. Oh, and unfortunately, a second one there.
Well, what a shame. This is our leader in the 95 juniors.
I believe her hand went up there.
So we've got another rider out on course, and that is Mila Erlank on Mullins Reef. Sorry, I think that might have been Mila Erlank who got eliminated, and this in fact is this Lenya Price? No, this is the next horse out, Casey Lee Smith on Assegai Rejoice, lying in 7th.
Casey's such an experienced rider, ridden up to 1 star level herself. On Carlisle's Nook, the horse that's currently leading the class. She's clear over the combination over there.
The first of the water complexes.
Ascara Choice just having a little look coming into the water, but no problem when Casey puts a leg on.
Over the green box in the fence line and across the Derby bank. You see Mila Erlank on the left of your screen there, coming home. Sad trudge after 2 stops at the drop down.
It's never easy, but if I'm not mistaken, that will also be one of Mila Erlang's first 95s. So it's something you just have to look past and move on from and come back and try again.
Yeah, eventing is all about dealing with failure. And we all love a winner, but everybody has to lose.
Exactly. I don't think they are. I think they're coming back and trying it again. No, it's Casey Schmidt.
Okay, I'm coming to 4.
Yeah, she's trying again.
That's
That's Mila Erlang.
So that's Mila coming home.
Casey Lee Schmidt just looking like she's having a few issues at the Derby bank. She's coming around and trying it again.
good. So you just follow because we don't have any start here. Okay, perfect. So, Jared, you think we sit down in the box? Because I think we're ready for anyone to start. Is that right? I think 11 should be enough.
Yeah.
What's happened to Casey Lee Smith?
Yeah, number 10.
This one is coming back.
It should be the horse on course, isn't it?
Jared, you see another horse on course?
Out on course now, rider number 11, Piper Weisbrot on Lily Long Socks, representing the Eastern Cape, lying in 3rd and carrying over a dressage score of 32.6. You can see the long socks, all 4 of them.
I've known Papa for quite a while from pony camps in the past, and it was really cool to see Another little girl riding John John, which was Papa's previous pony. They did a fabulous dressage test in 85 junior, 85 pony class.
Piper is 16. She's at St. Dominic's Priory in Geberge. Coached by Kate Roberts and Amare Brits. Moving well. Leaving the rugby field and coming up to the first water. Not afraid to get her feet wet.
No. Gallops across the Faber Arena to the green boxes. No problem there. Lovely open shot over the green boxes as she makes her way to the Derby bank.
Off the track, thoroughbred, 7 years old. Won the junior novice title in working riding at the youth championships last year. And they've just moved up to medium level dressage together and doing a good job in the cross country now.
Lily Longsocks just looking like she had a little look there at the road crossing, but trots through, makes her way to the ditch that's been causing a few issues. Papa's going to want to keep her leg on and push her as she locks on and flies over.
Nicely done. It's a noisy section down there. You see all the traffic in the background. There are road works there, which are exacerbating matters. And now you'll see Lily opening up. And there's that thoroughbred stride again.
I think Papa will know after trotting down that road crossing, she'll know she'll have to pick up a little bit of pace to avoid time penalties. No problem over the skinny as she makes her way.
Yeah, remind you, optimum time is 5:29. The log rail to the step up. There's the step up.
The skinny coming down the hill is not an easy jump. It requires the riders to collect their horses and sit up and gain control.
It's about accuracy, isn't it? And she did that really well.
Yeah, she did that beautifully. Makes her way to the tricana.
This is the log ditch onto the polo field. There we go. And now a nice gallop again. Yeah, I think you're quite right. She realizes she might be in a little bit of time trouble.
I'm sure after these two long gallops, she would have made up her time again. Hopefully. She sits back to prepare the horse for the next effort. Lily listens beautifully. That's the art of cross country.
That was the corner at the polo pens. She's now coming to the second water obstacle.
Lily wasn't hesitant at the first one. Let's see how she likes the second water. No problems at all.
Flies through. Oh, she looks good, doesn't she? So just 3 jumps left now. The complex in the grass arena is next. The white gate, and then over that she's good and coming home. So that's a really good round from Piper Weisbrot of the Eastern Cape, lying in third at the beginning of the cross country. Be interesting to see whether she's made up anything from what looks like an outstanding round.
Well, the team here at Shongweni are doing a great job at pushing the live scores out very quickly, so I'm sure within no time we'll be able to see that. And home safely, and brilliant round there from Papa and Lily Long Socks.
Yeah, well done. Long track up from the Eastern Cape for that combination. We've got two riders left, Hannah Harrison and Esther Van Eerden. And that is Hannah Harrison, number 12 on Zayda's Dream.
Hannah Harrison looking like she's had a retirement or elimination, then walking back to the stables. And this is Esther Van Eerden starting on track with Monchado Spitfire. She rides for the KZN team. Esther's a very experienced rider, ridden up to 1 star on Monchado Spitfire.
She's at St Anne's.
No problem there over the brush. Esther as well, such an experienced rider, ridden up to 1 star on a few different horses.
17 years old and coached by Lauren Menton, who's done so much good for so many riders over the years.
Esther will know that Galaxy is not the naturally quickest horse like the thoroughbred, so she pushes him across the rugby field, make sure she stays on her minute markers. No problem through the first combination on track for the two of them.
Yeah, that was the housing complex that she's gone across. Now opens up the throttle down to the water. This is an A and B effort, the jump before the water and then into the water. No problems there. Now over the green box in the fence line, the Derby Bank is next.
Douglas has done a great job at providing long spaces for these horses to gallop, make it feel like such a proper cross-country course.
Oh, the Derby Bank has been negotiated. Well done. There's a grass platform complex comes up next. You see the link road between the M13 and the N3 at the top of your screen. And now they'll come across the road to the ditch slanter that has caused a little bit of trouble for previous riders.
Esther just looks like she's taking her time to navigate through the road crossing and recollect Galaxy, as he is known as at home.
And over.
Looked like he did a big jump there.
Yes. Now the well-trodden path down to the polo fields, and now a chance to open up. Let's see if the horse can move.
Galaxy is such a beautiful horse. It's not every day you see Appaloosas, big Appaloosas, not just ponies, competing at these higher levels. And it's so good to see.
I'm hearing that the first of the 3 pony riders are on course. And that will be Zara Goller on Set for Sunshine, representing Gauteng. She's lying in first position in the 95 ponies with a dressage score of 33.8.
Zara will be wanting to keep her score, to put pressure on the other riders. Ooh, Esther, sit up. And she does that.
So Esther Van Heerden coming back over the polo field and back towards the main arenas. That's the log ditch, which is number 14.
Esther pushes her hand forward and kicks the scalding on. Another horse with an amazing expression around these tracks. If you watch his ears, watch his eyes. He's trying so hard.
Now, we don't have a clock on screen, but I imagine she might just be in a little bit of time trouble.
Such a beautiful shot there over the corner.
Okay, well, you can ask me all you want. I don't know. We have to figure it out. I told you.
It's got an A and B next. The log's into and out of the water.
Galaxy's a brave chap, no problem through the water there.
Yeah, flying along. Lovely to see. So just 3 left.
That water complex can be hard coming up through it, because when you're coming up the hill, you can't see the water, and then you jump a jump, and your horse has to trust the rider and know that you're not going to do anything that's going to put him in danger. And there you can see that in motion. Galaxy trusting Esther through the water with no problem.
That's the white gate, and then they'll turn right to head towards the finish. Back onto the rugby field. The last jump safely negotiated, and that looks like a clear round.
I think Esther lost her line there to the last jump, went through the second entrance rather than the first, but made a plan and made it happen. Well done, Esther.
Yep, so well done. That's the last of our junior horse riders. Esther Van Eerden on Manchado Spitfire. We've got 3 pony riders now. Zara Goller, I think, is already out on course. Number 14.
Just let it know the only or
There's our pony rider going through the water. And that is Zara Goller on Set for Sunshine, leading the 95 pony class on a dressage score of 33.8.
Set for Sunshine, a beautiful Palomino.
Suddenly the jumps look that much bigger when you're on a pony.
Zara finishing so strong, giving that pony Scent for Sunshine all the pats he deserves.
Yeah, so that's a tremendous round. We're not entirely sure, but it sounds like it might be a clear round. And certainly from the smiles on the rider's face would suggest that.
I was just going to say, she looks very, very happy with her pony.
Next in will be Courtney Germain riding Royal Teddy, lying in third, carrying forward a dressage score of 37.5 and representing KwaZulu-Natal.
During the dressage phase, we were talking about legend ponies. I think this is another one. Teddy, as he is known at home, was previously ridden by Jonathan De Beer up to 95. And I think this Courtney Germain's first 95, and no better pony to do it on.
Yeah, Jonathan De Beer is helping coach her on the new ride. Courtney's 15 years old and studying online with the IVA Global School. And
It's-
away she goes.
It's so nice when the previous rider of the horse can help the new rider ride the horse, because they know all the tricks and tips to get the horse.
Yeah, Courtney actually says she only got into eventing because she bought a horse that was an eventer.
Exactly. Clear over the brush at 2.
You mentioned that Teddy's a legend. 20
20.
years old.
Jeez. And he doesn't look a day older than he did when I first saw him galloping around these cross-country tracks. Credit to the amazing care they're doing.
Opening up nicely.
The dressage phase maybe not being Teddy's strongest phase, but what he lacks in dressage he certainly makes up in the cross-country.
Yeah, he looks like a machine out there, doesn't he?
He certainly is.
Giving Courtney a lovely ride. She's tall in the saddle, standing up in her stirrups. Here's the first of the water complexes. No problems there. Heading up the slope now towards the Derby Arena. Got one more pony rider after this, and then we'll be moving to the 85s.
Courtney clear all the way so far.
Teddy looks to me like he's having fun out there. Now, here's the drop down that's caused trouble.
No problem for Teddy.
Yeah, it looks very much like aim and go, doesn't it?
Courtney will open him up here along the polo field. Such a naturally quick pony. Not too much has to be done.
Is it a tricky little section? Done well. Yeah, those are the slopes where people sit to watch the polo.
Now coming to this tricky skinny.
Yeah, it looks tiny, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Beautifully negotiated. You're really seeing the real estate at its best here. You can see it's midwinter. Everything's brown. Over that log ditch. And now put the hammer down as they go along the length of the polo field.
4 jumps left to navigate for this pair. Definitely on the home stretch. Courtney's definitely been showing her class around this track.
She's got a real chance perhaps of making up some ground. She's lying third with Set for Sunshine and Zaragoza lying first, and Liv Gossard will be out last on Damien Marley. And she's in second position. Hearing some cheers from the course, people recognizing Teddy. It's a lovely shot of the trip through the water. And now just a couple of efforts left.
Olivia Gossard on track at the moment. She's busy galloping across the polo field.
This is Teddy coming over the white slanter at the penultimate jump.
Possibly also overshooting the turn there, unless that's what they meant to do.
But she's over and she's through and safe at home, and that's a lovely round from a 20-year-old underneath a 15-year-old.
And I believe that was her first 95 track, so well done, Courtney. That's a huge achievement.
And this is Liv Gossard out on track, our last rider in the ponies. Liv is 13. She's representing the Western Cape, coached by Amy Baines. And Damien Marley, known to his friends as Manny, is a 10-year-old. They're the Western Province Open show jumping champions.
Manny's another one of those legends, been there, done that. And he's really taught a whole lot of riders how it's done. You can see, pulling Liv down, he knows his job, he doesn't want to come back to her.
She's doing her best to hang on, isn't she?
Yes, she is, certainly. She gets him back, and he locks onto that corner as he gallops up to the next water complex.
Look at the power in those four quarters.
Yeah, it's incredible. Another horse with such a good expression. If you look at his face, you can see he knows exactly what he's doing, and he wants to get it done quickly.
Through the second water complex.
Olivia and Manny on the home run, making their way to the wide slanters.
Got the horse nice and straight. And now we'll really open up and hearing screams and cheers coming from the course. This is the last of our 95 riders. We'll be moving the jump judges before the 85s up next. Here's the last jump for Manny. He's over that. That's an outstanding round. Well done to all of our pony riders.
Liv loosens her reins and lets them gallop through the finish. Such amazing scenes here from Shongweni at the 2026 South African Youth Championships. There'll be a few minutes now while we wait for the jump judges to move to their positions for the 85 centimeter class. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we'll be back in a few minutes for the 85 centimeter class.
Escape to Windfall Wines in Robertson, where handcrafted wines and sweeping vineyard views meet true Western Cape tranquility. Unwind in our peaceful cottage accommodation, nestled among the vines. From gentle hiking trails through the landscape to refreshing dips in the pool and quiet moments of play, all best enjoyed with a glass in hand. Windfall Wines. Taste the fortune. Stay for the serenity.
So the 85s are on track, and this is Piper Weisbrot riding Humble Tune, representing the Eastern Cape, after an outstanding dressage score of 29.4. They actually lead the class by 3.3 points, which is a lot going into the cross country, and looking born to the sport as they go through the first of the jumps.
In order to keep their lead, they'll have to make sure they're inside the time.
Just tiptoeing through the water.
Yeah, just having a little look there, no problem with that. Sign of a clever horse.
That's the green box in the fence line. That is jump number 6. There are 18 efforts in all. 19 actually, because we've got a 5A and B.
Down the Derby bank they go. Beautiful shot there at those boxes.
Now across the road and down towards the polo fields. This is the floating log.
So now the long gallop across the short side of the polo field. Papa's looking down.
It looks like she might have lost her stirrup or
Yeah.
something. It's all looking a little bit ginger out there. Up the slope in the geldings camp. There's a half round on the polo field, which is jump number 12. Looks like that little problem is over and they're moving a bit more fluently. Yeah, this is Piper Weisbrot riding Humble Tune.
Papa opens Humble Tune up on the long side of the polo field. She makes her way to the next obstacle.
8 years old and She's a plain bay. Her nickname is Humble Stumble. Saying he's always injured or pulled a shoe. So maybe that was what she was looking down at. Maybe there's been a pulled shoe.
Oh, maybe. That would be quite ironic.
Piper says that Humble was stolen from Mum.
And we're having a little look at this water, but Papa just lets her trot and gives her time to see the water. And that's what she needed, and she goes straight through. Papa on the home stretch now. Clear so far.
Piper says one of the horse's quirks is every time they put back boots on, the horse acts as if he's never seen back boots before.
My horse is exactly the same. You should see him walk with his boxing boots on.
So penultimate jump out of the way. Piper Weisbrot and Humble Tune moving beautifully.
And Papa's clear over the last. She gives him big pats.
Yep, well done. Representing the Eastern Cape in fine style. Next out on the course will be rider number 18, Sophia Kirsten, riding Bushwhacker and representing Gauteng. A bit of ground to make up with. This is a very competitive class, is the 85s. And a dressage score of 36.5 means that Sophia is down almost at the bottom of the pile, but everything can change in one jump of the cross country. Coming down to the floating log. Moving nicely now. Bit of pace being shown.
Making sure she stays clear for time. Put pressure on the scoreboard for the other riders to come. Doing a good job at that. A little chipping over that, but makes it over no problem.
It's holding the reins very loose. Coming up to the second of the water jumps. This is Sophia Kirsten on the home stretch on Bushwhacker, representing Gauteng. Incidentally, Piper Weisbrot, who's just gone round, we think clear, should retain first position with a dressage score of 29.4. Next out will be Milan Eigenberger on 4X, representing the Western Cape, and he's in second position. And I mentioned it's a tight group, so Piper Weisbrot actually has a lead of 3.3 points, but then everybody is crowded together between 32 and 38 in the rest of the field.
It's a proper testament to Piper's test. It must have been very good. I was saying earlier, for us fencing riders, any score below 30 is what we're looking for and what we all want. Good day out for Piper.
Oops-a-daisy. That's Milan Eigenberger with a horse that doesn't like the Derby bank.
Doesn't want to go down the little hill to the road crossing.
Shame.
Well, One good thing is at least it's not a flag jump, so she won't be incurring any penalties, maybe a bit of time, but that's all. Such sympathetic riding from Milan, just letting her horse work everything out. Oh, and she's had an unfortunate 20 penalties at the floating log. Just shows them, gives them a pat, and she'll come around and try again.
Let's see if they can get over at the second ask. Ah, well done.
And not just a jump over it, a very confident jump over it.
Milan is representing the Western Cape, 14 years old at Jan van Riebeck Wood School in Cape Town, coached by Sarah Jane Lazarus and Debbie Slater.
She just takes her time coming down the hill and picks up the canter again at the bottom. Puts her leg on and opens him up.
Thoroughbred cross, 7 years old, and standing 17 hands.
He's a big boy.
Third in the Western Cape Eventing Champs in 2025 at 65. So here they are at 85.
He's the next rider.
Next rider will be Amaray van Lilyfield on Secret in Seattle, representing Gauteng. But this is still Milan Eigenberger, who says that Forex, or Forry, is an extremely playful horse with a slightly short attention span. Oh, that covers a lot of ground, doesn't it?
Well, let's hope he can hold his attention around this cross-country course.
Loves show jumping and won the yards Chase Me Charlie with 1.50 m.
It's funny you say that. You just saw him come over that half roll top and really back up and jump it beautifully like a show jumper would. So you can see it even in the cross-country.
Lots of ambitions for Milan Eigenberger, but says main priority, enjoy every second.
I think a lot of us riders get lost in that because when we think, why do we actually do it? We do it because we enjoy it. We do it because it's fun. And so it's very important to remember that. We can get very, very lost in the thought that these horses are machines, which they're definitely not. So it's wonderful to see a horse that can see a rider that can appreciate her horse for what he actually is.
Ooh,
Little look at the water.
there we go. Just thought the water might be a little bit cold on my hooves there.
The water is a flag jump, so that will be up to the jump judge's discretion whether it's a refusal or not. From what we can see, he didn't step back.
Yeah, I got the feeling it was always going forward.
It was always in a forward motion. You're right. So I think all will be good there. Beautiful jump there over the blue boxes. Forex flicked his tail.
Penultimate jump. You hear the big Western Cape contingent cheering whenever one of their horses begins or ends around. They're all there on the viewing platform below the main clubhouse, and that is home and safe for Milan Eigenberger on Forex BN Forry.
The provinces have done a great job at creating a team spirit, getting all their riders to come and support everyone.
So next on course will be number 20, Amaray van Lilleveld, on Secret in Seattle, representing Gauteng, lying fourth with a dressage score of 33.8.
Just come through. Number 20.
Yep, so that is Amaray. Has she just finished or just starting?
Finished.
Just finished. Okay. So she looks happy enough. And the next rider already out on course is Iona Slingsby on Harrogate Quetta La Lune, representing the Western Cape.
That's quite a mouthful.
We'll call her Harrow.
There we go.
And
Look at that beautiful canter.
I think I said that Amaray was in fourth. In fact, it's Iona who's in fourth. Amaray in sixth. And Harrogate has a dressage score of 33.8, moving nicely in the cross country.
Iona is a very experienced cross-country rider. She's been doing it for a long time.
Heading across one of the practice arenas, out onto the course proper. There's the first of the water jumps on the left for a different class.
A strong finish there for Iona Slingsby. 22.
So that is Iona done. Number 22 is Claudia Kick on Tristful, representing KwaZulu-Natal, carrying forward a dressage score of 35.6 and lying ninth.
I think from what I could see there, Tristful had a bit of a look at that jump and had an unfortunate refusal. I've had the privilege of watching Tristful do a few show jumping classes, and he's really caught my eye as a jumping horse.
Claudia is 16. She's at Epworth in Pietermaritzburg, coached by Kathy Asherwood. Tristful is known as Tris or T-Dog. 10-year-old thoroughbred, 2015 gelding by Trippy of the USA out of Hear the Rain. Tristful had 4 wins in its racing career under jockey Tony Riverland with 10 places.
He's a winning horse, Tristful.
Is it Tony's daughter, Danny?
I'm not actually too sure.
Yeah,
Couldn't tell you.
I think that's his daughter, and she's been an eventer in her day. And they always like to try and place the thoroughbreds into good homes after they retire. Third in KZN show jumping in 2025.
That's where I remember watching him jump, I'm pretty sure. And he really did surprise me.
Well, Claudia's been overseas with Pony Club last year and this year. China last year, Zambia earlier this year. And when the eventing's done, they're jumping a meter in the junior show jumping. And they're also in the intermediate junior equitation team.
Got a busy week lined up. Tristful looking a little bit fresh at this point in the cross-country course, booking at that.
Yeah, a little bit of a spook, as you say, but we haven't seen a stop yet.
I think he did have a stop at the second jump.
Ah. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe second jump. It's a nice ride round the polo fields. Takes that jump in their stride easily.
She keeps moving up the hill towards the second water jump. We didn't get to see Trisville going through the first water complex, so this will be interesting to see how we navigate the second one. And no problem.
Yep, straight through the flags. That's jump number 15 after the water. 3 efforts left.
I think Trisville's eventing boot might have moved, and it just looks to be irritating Trisville.
Okay, we'll get back to Trisville. Out on course now, number 23, Sophie Besadenhout on the Peruvian Matador, representing Gauteng and lying in 8th. They are out on the polo fields right now.
Say again?
Sorry.
Okay.
Your program is different from our program.
Okay, should I go to this one? You ready for this one? Okay. Sorry, I was following the other one. I think we lost it. Okay.
So there they are. Sophie Besadenhout and the Peruvian Matador.
Yeah, you can reset it, right? Sorry, I didn't realize that one retired.
Yeah, so I think confirmation coming through that Trisville has retired.
I'm not 100% sure what happened there, but I think his back boot slipped down. It was just irritating him, and then so she had to retire and order to take that back boot off. It's good sportsmanship from Claudia Kick.
Shame, only 3 efforts left.
Yeah, it's unlucky when you have tack malfunctions like that.
And they happen more often than you would believe. Lovely high shot of Sophia Besadenhout. And next up actually is Emily van Lierop on Into the Twilight, representing the Western Cape, carrying forward a dressage score of 36.5, currently lying 13th, but I mentioned earlier how close it is in the sort of 3rd to 15th place. They're all within a couple of points of each other. So it really is going to come down to the show jumping tomorrow if they can all go clear on the cross country.
Okay, just follow it. Thanks, Danny. Still good?
Emily is 16 and so's her horse, which is a thoroughbred. And she's at school at Herschel. Lots of Herschel girls will be in KwaZulu-Natal next week for the interprovincial hockey tournament at St Anne's. Herschel, day in and day out, one of the top 5 hockey schools in the country. Into the Twilight, known as Indy. And they are the 2025 1 meter Western Cape champions.
Beautiful open shot there to the last fence on the course. Big pats for Indy as they go through the finish line.
Well, let's hope they have a good day tomorrow. It's their last big show as a partnership. We've come so far. She's never done eventing when I bought her, and she loves it, says Emily. Layla Barth is on High Over All That Jazz. It's a High Over. It'll be a Jackie Pappas horse. The mother of the mayor of the Umgeni municipality, who has done so much work in particular for showing in KZN over the years, and the High Over stud continues to churn out good ponies and horses.
Layla clear over that floating log. She makes her way down the steep hill onto the polo field. She keeps cantering, just lets High Over All That Jazz figure his footing out, and she pushes him forward across the short side of the polo field.
Layla's 15. She's at St Mary's Kloof, coached by Sally Ray, another one who's been around eventing for more years than she would like to tell you.
Sally's done such good for South African riding in general. She's produced such great riders.
All That Jazz, known as Jazzles. It's an Arab warm blood cross, 7 years old.
Good shot there to that bench on the polo field. She gallops down the long side.
She said her ambitions before the finals was to improve accuracy at dressage. But having done that, to go clear in the country and in the show jumping. Well, she's actually lying at the bottom of the pile with a dressage score of 38.5. But as I mentioned before, it really means nothing because everybody is bunched together.
And we've already seen a few horses before her having a few stops.
Yeah, she's moving up the rankings without getting out there.
Exactly, she's already moved up.
Do we have a go around there? So coming to the end now, Layla Barth and Jazzles. Over the last and safe at home. A very happy combination.
And from what I saw, that was a clear round. So they'll set them in good stead for the rest of the show jumping to follow tomorrow.
Next horse out on track, according to my list, is Adrian McDonald Hutchison, who is our second place rider in the 1-star.
I believe that's Kitty Otto on track.
Thank you. It is Kitty Otto on Inveroche X, representing Western Cape, lying in 5th, carrying over a dressage score of 34.4. Do you think Adrian's withdrawn or just moved?
I'm not 100% sure. She did a beautiful dressage test.
It's not impossible that she's already out on course.
Yeah,
I'm sure you'll appreciate watching this streaming, how difficult it is to keep up with all the horses on such a large patch of real estate. But this is Kitty Otto, rider number 27 on Inveroche X. So some nice control there where others have really opened up.
Do you mean the SDI?
yeah, that's one of the important parts of the cross-country phase is being able to get your horse back after a gallop. Some of them don't like it. That all comes into the control of cross-country riding. It's not all just galloping and jumping. There's a lot of control involved in it as well.
Heading towards the second and last water complex, and you can see sitting back in the saddle, just trying to get a little bit more control.
Inveroche looked like he hit the gas there going through the water.
I think he can smell carrots heading home in a lick.
He knows he's on his way home, that's for sure.
Michael, make this use your flash. Much far now. No, this is.
Looks like Lenya Price. It's Lenya Price. Yeah, she is. Inside call.
So number 29 is Lenya Price on Duneside Core, representing Gauteng, lying in 7th with a dressage score of 35.
He's 27. Okay.
That's Kitty Otto coming to the end.
She sees a good shot and opens up her reins and gives some big pats. That's Kitty Otto and Inveroche finishing their cross-country course. Layla Price and Duneside Core coming up the Derby bank and back down it.
Here she is coming back into view. Heading down the slope after this jump. They'll
Lenya Price was part of the South African Nations Shield team in Mpumalanga with this exact horse.
looking nice and relaxed in the saddle. Horse is under control. Coming towards the end of the 85s, we've got two more riders and then one pony, which will be Isabella Muller on John John. You mentioned John John earlier. So this is the far side of the polo fields, and we're watching Lenya Price on Duneside Core, representing Gauteng, 7th place at the moment.
Sorry guys, just get under your foot. Oh. Okay, just get under your foot here.
chance to open up down the side of the polo field, and then they'll turn and head back up the slope towards the water. They look a good combo.
Yeah, a very experienced partnership. They've been with each other for a long time now. And it all shows in a successful cross-country round like this is looking to be. Clear over jump number 15 and then make their way to number 16.
So out on the course where we're watching now down at the polo fields is Annabelle Deering on Valenort, representing the Western Cape in 9th place, dressage score of 35.6.
I actually saw their dressage test right at the end. It was a very good test, relaxed and calm.
So rider number 30, Annabelle Deering on Valenort, coming to the water. Now we'll pop down the slope. Penultimate jump. Nicely done over the ropes. Got one more junior 85 rider to come, Jonathan De Beer on Jacqueline. I think that is he coming towards us on those visuals. Okay, that is not Jonathan De Beer, that is Isabella Muller on John John. And she is the lone representative of the pony class in the 85s from the Eastern Cape. Dressage score of 38.5.
And on your screens now, this is Jonathan De Beer, number 31, with Jacqueline. Jacqueline put in a good dressage test this morning. She's calling for all of her friends.
Can you get the rider by the water? Yeah, coming up by the water. Coming up.
Through the water complex, no problem. Just shifting to the right a little bit. Jonathan puts his right leg on.
16-year-old Jonathan, he's online schooling at the Think Digital Academy. Jacqueline, known as Quinny at home, is a 10-year-old thoroughbred by Jackson out of a Joshua Dancer mare. Fairly new partnership, he says. But he's won the KZN champs on his other horse at 1 star. Loves producing horses up the grades, and went to Zambia this year with the SA Pony Club.
That's right, Jonathan's a very experienced rider, riding Royal Teddy, the pony we watched earlier, all the way up to 95 centimeters, and his other horse up to 1 star. I forget the name of the 1-star horse.
And very happy to cross the finish line. That is the end of the juniors, so we've just got the one pony rider out on the course, and there she is, Isabella Muller on John John.
That 1-star horse's name has just come to me. That was Sylvan Breeze that Jonathan De Beer produced up to 1-star level. Galloping across the polo field is John, Isabella Muller.
15-year-old bush pony, she says.
John, previously ridden by Papa Weibroch.
Reserve champion 85 pony rider at the ranch last year. Eastern Cape champions. Open show pony of the year in 2025 in the Eastern Cape, and also in the novice working hunter.
John now at the latter parts of this 85 centimeter course, making his way to the white slanter. Clear over that.
John went up to 95 with his previous owner, so he's got the scope.
Just one jump to go. And she's clear. Big pads for John from Isabella. Congratulations on a fabulous 85 centimeter round.
Well, she said beforehand that her ambition at this week was to make her province proud, and I think she's done that.
Well,
on John. Well done to them.
You've certainly done that, Isabella. Well done.
So that concludes the 85 centimeter classes. We move down to the 75 juniors now, and there'll be a small change of jump judges. And while that happens, we'll take some commercials.
Welcome back, viewers. We're now getting ready to start the 75 centimeter championship class. The distance of this course is 1,599 meters. The speed is 440 meters per minute. Optimum time being 3 minutes 38 seconds, and the time limit being 7 minutes 16 seconds. The first rider on track is Est van Eerden, Callo Kolu. They've just left the start box. Est van Eerden riding for Team KZN.
Carrying forward a dressage score of 33.1, which puts her third in this class.
It was a beautiful dressage test. Callo Kolu, bred for jumping. His sire is Callo Corinth, and his mom is a mare named Balabushka, who is bar Ballador away and jumped all the way up to 150 level with Gather Triggle.
Esther is 17. She's at school at St Anne's, coached by Lauren Menton.
Esther's done a great job at producing this horse slowly and steadily. And the benefits are showing now.
Third consecutive year representing KZN at the Youth Champs.
Yes, Esther's ridden all the way up to 1-star level. Esther makes her way to the first water complex. No problem there for Esther van Heerden and Kalo Kolu as they make their way to the green box.
We're very privileged, aren't we, to have a Callagho on the eventing circuit.
We've actually got 2 in this class, Kalo Kolu followed by Kalo Faith coming later on.
Yes, you do hear that name on a weekly basis here at Shongweni, lots and lots of times. So a shorter course, just 16 efforts for the 75s. Ten horses in this junior class.
The 75 centimeter course, a much shorter course, not going all the way down to the polo field. And Esther's clear over jump number 13, the corner, as she makes the way down to the complex in the grass arena. Esther's clear over number 14. She gallops towards number 15, the white rope. One more jump to go for Esther van Heerden and Kalo Kolu. It's been a fantastic round, followed by a fantastic dressage. They'll be set in good stead for tomorrow's show jumping.
There we go, over the last.
Clear round for Esther van Heerden and Kalo Kolu. Hopefully always good on the clock.
Next out, number 34 is Hannah Mussett, and she is riding Khan.
You don't see many horses that look like Khan. Look at that beautiful marking on his face. It's a thoroughbred gelding. She's trained by Douglas Welsh.
She's 14, she's at the Currow School up near Newcastle. And Hannah's whole world is devoted to equine. She backs and trains ponies from rescue situations, finds them good homes, and she's studying. She hopes to be a vet, dreaming to go and compete overseas one day.
We need lots of vets in the world, and so if Hannah can become one, they'll do the world a lot of good.
Khan came to Hannah from Annie Palmer as a 5-year-old off the track thoroughbred.
That's right. I remember Annie used to ride Khan.
It's the 4th year that they've been together as a partnership. So out on the course now, number 36 is Petru van Eerden. on Saliendo Elusio, lying in 11th.
Saliendro Lujo, known as Peanut at home. Peanut is an out-and-out jumper. He just loves the cross-country and show jumping phases. Maybe struggles a little bit in the dressage, but what he lacks in dressage, he makes up 1,000 times over in the cross-country and show jumping. Trots through the water, and Pietro puts the leg on, gallops on to the green box. Clear over the green box as she makes the way to number 8, the Derby Bank. Clear up the Derby Bank. Pardon me, she's going down the Derby Bank now.
Taking it slowly.
Slow and steady, definitely wins the race.
Heading across the road now, down towards the polo fields.
Peanut having a little look at the water there, but Pietro manages to nip inside the flags, but go around the water.
Yeah, and holding it together well.
And clear over the number 13, the corner.
A reminder that the parents all stop breathing for the 5 minutes it takes for their young children to get around the cross-country course. I'm just getting over it, and it's 5 years. So Petru van Eerden coming to the finish now.
And she's clear. Congratulations, Pietro. That's a fantastic round for the two of you. On track now, that looks like Adrian MacDonald Hutchinson.
Wearing the number 35, riding Duneside Vincent. And this is the leader of the 75 juniors with an outstanding dressage score, 28.1.
I watched that dressage test. It really was outstanding. It was a fantastic effort from the two of them. Adrian's one of those riders when you look at the entries and you see she's in your class, you just know that
who's coming second.
You just know who's coming second, exactly.
Yeah, well, her great rival in the one stars, what a competition that promises to be tomorrow, Jamie Welsh. They are 1 and 2. And Adrian, of course, representing Gauteng, spends a lot of time in KZN because we tend to have a few more eventing shows here than up north.
A harder working rider you won't find. Adrian dedicates a lot of time and effort into producing these young horses.
And here she comes over the last and through the finish. Happy rider, good round.
That, of course, is rider number 37, who is Amy Cave and Callahoo Faith.
And now
Adrian is back in screen.
We're halfway through the 75 juniors.
Adrian just relaxes her horse and gives a big pat over number 13 in the corner.
It's funny when you see somebody that you've watched for so many years. It's hard to remember that they're still at school.
Especially when they're riding at the level when they've been riding at the level that Adrian does for so long. She did her first one star when she was very young. And of course it's ridden up to 3-star level and won SA Adult Champs with Just Jasper.
Over the last and home safe for Adrian McDonald Hutchinson, our leader in the junior 75s class on Juneside, Vincent.
Big pads for Vincent as he comes through the finish line. On track now, this looks like Jocelyn Rafe and Cosmos.
Wearing number 39, lying in 10th place with a dressage score of 39.7.
I was speaking to Jocelyn Rafe's coach, Kala Scott, earlier on, and she said this horse just measures 1 centimeter over pony, so Cosmos is in with the big horses.
Hate it when that happens.
But when you a rider as classy as Jocelyn Rafe, I don't think it bothers her at all.
She's at Wickham in Pietermaritzburg, 12 years old. This is an Appaloosa cross thoroughbred, 16 years old. And Jocelyn says that Cosmos will talk to you for treats. Have to try that later. Jocelyn plays the flute and rides a quad bike, presumably not simultaneously.
I wouldn't put it past Jocelyn.
She's a farm girl from Winterton. She's got 4 dogs, one of which is her own life jacket and goes behind the boat on a tube with Jocelyn. And that looks like a very competent round. Yeah, racing through the finish. Kalai Scott will be delighted. So we've got 3 riders left in the junior 75s. There is a horse out on course, and I'm hoping that is Kira Goldstein on Elusive Trader, representing the Western Cape. She's lying 9th with a dressage score of 39.1.
It's a gorgeous horse. I don't think it's Elusive Trader. I don't think this is Elusive Trader.
Okay. Can you see a number? 40. We don't know. Hold on. Okay, I beg your pardon. That is Emma Robinson on SVS Angel Eyes, representing KwaZulu-Natal. She's lying 4th with a dressage score of 34.1.
SVS Angel Eyes is owned by Sally Ray. Sally Ray is Emma's coach. Emma's another very talented rider. We'll be seeing her more in the week to follow with her pony Meriden Macchiata. They're in the 110 Open Pony Rider team that will be competing throughout this week at the 2026 South African Youth Championships. Clear over the last jump for Emma Robinson and SVS Angel Eyes. Coach Sally Ray will be very pleased with that.
So next should be number 41, Kira Goldstein on Elusive Trader.
I believe Elusive Trader is already on course. Starting here now is Gianluca Gurella and Castrix Dianthus Amaranthus.
Representing KZN, lying in 5th with a dressage score of 34.4.
Andy, as he's known at home, is a thoroughbred gelding. Luca is coached by Lauren Menton.
And this is our penultimate rider, with just Liv Gossard to come. With Beatrice Whittle to come on Gypsy W.
Luca's a fantastic cross-country rider. Dianthus Amaranthus is by a horse named Flower Alley.
Hence the Latin name for the flower. Through the water nicely. He's negotiated that nicely. It's a few horses in the higher classes haven't enjoyed that little drop down. Across the road, down towards the polo fields.
Luca coming towards the water complex for the second time. Clear through there, no problem. Looks like he's taking a look at his watch.
Yeah, well done.
Luca's on the home run now.
Well, the sun's high in the sky now, and temperature will be ramping up. These horses are going to need a decent cool down at the end of the cross country. last jump. Yeah, well done. That's Gianluca Garelia on Dianthus amarensis, representing KwaZulu-Natal. And that looks like a clear round to me.
43 is coming through the water. That is Beatrice Whittle and Gypsy W riding for KZN. They're lying in 8th place after dressage on a score of 38.4 penalties. Beatrice is galloping towards the last.
And as she comes to the end, the first of the ponies going out is India Johnson on Chocolate from the Western Cape, carrying forward a dressage score of 40.
Emma Hope and Long Coral Scott look to be starting off their cross-country round, galloping towards number 3.
This is what Scotty loves, the open air cross country.
We were talking about it earlier. Scotty, another one of those eventing legend ponies, teaching another rider how it's done, showing her the way.
Thomas Erskine, who won youth champs on Scotty, is now through university and a practicing attorney in Johannesburg.
I think all the Erskine children got a turn on Scotty, and so did Jess Gifford. She was a previous rider. Oh, that was a massive jump.
Well sat by India Johnson.
Chocolate maybe not having the best day out in the dressage with a score of 40 penalties. But I've said it before, it's definitely not going to be a dressage competition. And there's still a lot to play for out in the cross country and the show jumping that will come tomorrow.
Yep, you can never get complacent in eventing. Do one thing wrong and that's you done. Sorry, China, eliminated. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Chocolate coming to the penultimate jump decides it doesn't like the look of it.
And India Johnson wraps her leg around Chocolate and gets him over the last jump. Good strong riding there from India Johnson.
Yeah, well done. She didn't panic. Meanwhile, here's Scotty out on the course with Emma Hope. Mum's here, crossing everything. Scotty long in the tooth now, but you wouldn't know it from the way that he moves.
Emma's mom, Joanne, a fantastic event rider herself.
Brave is the word that I would use.
Very brave. And a fantastic businesswoman as well. It's a businesswoman behind Natal Saddlery.
And here comes Lancaro Scott, looking fresh as a daisy as he comes to the end. Next out will be Annabelle Baines on Cincinnati Dusky.
I believe this is actually number 47.
Shelley Zheng on Royal Favour.
I think Cincinnati Dusky might already be on track. Cincinnati Dusky leading the class on a score of 28,1.
What a great dressage score that is.
Andy and I were very impressed with that Palomino pony. There's some shots of Cincinnati Dusky putting a fantastic effort this morning. It was probably one of my highlight tests to watch.
Coming to the water. This is Shelley Zheng on Royal Favour, representing Gauteng, lying in 4th, 36.6 dressage score. Shelley was a little bit nervous before her dressage test this morning and came and reported to Simon and I instead of to the judges.
Yes, I remember that. Looks to be doing a great job out here this afternoon in the cross country.
She flew down that little slope that others have taken at a snail's pace. Looks good as she turns. Oh dear.
Looks like a very unfortunate dismount there for Shelley Zheng. Horses up, riders up, all looks to be fine.
Well, that came from nowhere.
I wonder what it was there. Just not liking the look of jump number 30 in the corner.
Could be the shadow.
Very, very well could be.
There's Pete Thomas, the TD, out there with the radio.
This is Olivia Gossard at number 48 with Cornerstone Starlight.
Lying 3rd, dressage score of 34.7.
Olivia's been busy today. She's already ridden Damien Marley around the 95 centimeter track.
Liv is our last 85 rider. 75 rider. Will be moving down to the 65s after this. So Liv has got 3 ponies at Champs, all in the open pony jumping class. Coach is Amy Baines and rides for the Amira stables.
She's a fantastic rider, is Olivia Gossard. Watched her a few years in a row at these youth championships. Every time she always impresses and gets good results.
And flies through the finish line there. They could easily go out there again by the looks of them. So that is the last of our riders in the 85s. In the 75s, I beg your pardon. So we move into the 65 classes now. And while the jump judges realign themselves, we'll take a commercial break.
Country Life Properties, a boutique real estate agency specializing in the marketing and sales of equestrian estates and country lifestyle properties within the Greater Kyalami area. With years of experience in promoting the country lifestyle, we are proud to be affiliated with the Kyalami Equestrian Park. Baloo Country Estate is a secure estate offering 22 kilometers of scenic bridle trails. We provide country estates to suit all your requirements: extended family living, work from home, or just escape the hustle and bustle. A variety of equestrian properties are offered for the keen equestrian. Contact us or visit our website and let us find the perfect property for you.
There's now even more that goes into a toy of it. So to get it all into 30 seconds, I've asked for a little help.
Toyota! Toyota! Toyota means Mocha! Fuel efficiency! Mocha! Automatic drive, easy, that's fun! Airbags all around you! Safe car! Touchscreen display! Anywhere you go, at the property! Toyota means Mocha! Even more means S-Cash!
Some horses don't need more energy, they need the right balance. When weight creeps up and rich grazing becomes a risk. E-Pole Nice and Easy helps keep good doers healthy and comfortable. A high fiber, grain-free formulation with controlled energy designed to support condition without the excess calories, so your horse stays fit, healthy, relaxed and ready to enjoy the ride. E-Pole Nice.
The first horse for this 65 centimeter class is out. That is number 49, Kayleigh Nell and Greenside, riding for KwaZulu-Natal. Currently lying in 7th place after the dressage phase on a score of 39,4 penalties. The specifications for the 65 course are as follows. It's a distance of 1,597 meters. A speed of 420 meters per minute must be maintained. And the optimum time being 3 minutes 49 seconds. The time limit being 7 minutes 38 seconds.
And these riders are the future of our sport.
The 65 course consists of 15 efforts. Kayleigh through the water at number 11, turning back to the floating log at 12. No problems there. Just keeping a good forward rhythm around this course, staying away from any time penalties that will come to catch her.
Over the ropes and coming up to the last. And the next rider is already out on the course, we can see. That is Tabitha Kuhn, rider number 50.
Yeah.
Tabitha on Verga, and representing KwaZulu-Natal, lying third with a dressage score of 34.1.
A good dressage effort there. They'll be wanting to keep their score on this cross-country track.
Tabitha is from Kokstad. She's a Kokstad junior, 12 years old, and is coached by her mother, Lauren.
Lauren, her mother, was an event rider herself.
Verga is a 12-year-old thoroughbred mare out of Gimme the Green Light, which was a Queen's Plate winner as a 3-year-old. I remember Gimme the Green Light.
He's had such a fantastic influence on the thoroughbred breeding, has Gimme the Green Light.
Plays polo cross on this horse as well.
Tabitha just looked to miss a exit out of the polo field area and having to make a circle.
Well, how about this? Tabitha Kuhn, in addition to being here at National Youth Champs, is a pentathlete for KZN. Ambition is to go to the SA Champs for athletics.
They say to ride a cross-country course, you must be able to run it. And I'm sure Tabitha, being an athlete, could definitely run a cross-country course fairly easily.
That would sort out a few people that I know. Iona Slingsby is on course now on our second Callagho of the day. Callagho Larinus, representing the Western Cape, lying second with a score of 32.5.
I believe this is actually 51, Katrine, Chantal Muller, and Danny.
Yeah, wearing the colours of KZN, certainly. And yeah, confirmation there, 51. Katrine is 12 years old. She's at Hutton Park Primary up in Newcastle and coached by Douglas Welsh and Inga Tron. And she's riding Danny the Man. 8-year-old thoroughbred, first time as a partnership. But she says, watch this space.
Danny coming to the last fence on course. Flying over it. Big pads for Danny as he comes through the finish line.
So good day for the Muller family. Hannah, the younger sister, also here at Champs.
Just come through the water. This is number 52, Iona Slingsby on Callagho Larinus.
Yep, Western Cape, second position, 32.5. Dressage score, very good.
Iona's also been busy today. She's had a few previous rides in the higher grades.
You can see that's a very well-trodden path now from the footprints. Nice to see the water complex looking so beautifully blue.
Exactly. And coming through the finish line, that is Callagho Larinus and Iona Slingsby of Western Cape.
Number 53 is Hannah Mussett on Bilbo Baggins, representing KwaZulu-Natal, lying 6th, score of 38.4.
We spoke earlier about Hannah Mustard getting rescue type horses and rehabbing them. I think this would be one of them.
So Bilbo Baggins, she says, came to us 6 months ago as a cattle pony, terrified of people, very nervous. We spent a few months on groundwork, farrier and vet care, building trust. And he's too small for the Musset family members. So they're actually looking for somebody to buy him. This will be a cracker.
He definitely will be. He looks like a very safe pony. He definitely measures pony. So if there are any viewers interested, I would get hold of the Mustard family.
Well, if she can do that in 6 months, imagine what she can do for your pony. Safely over number 14. Couple of jumps left.
Hannah changes gears and gallops across the arenas to the ultimate jump on this course.
Bilbo looks like he was born for cross country.
He does indeed. Clear over the last for Hannah Musset and Baggins.
Next out on track, number 54, Lynn Elisa Skunacher on Winter Bud, representing the Western Cape, lying fourth with a score of 38.1 from the dressage.
What a beautiful horse is Winter Bud. Clipped chestnut.
Happy to go straight through the water. That's lovely to see. This might be national champs, but you still get horses and riders who are a little bit nervous around water.
Yeah, for sure. And you'll find some horses are fine with the water complex at one venue, but they won't go near the water complex at another. So these new venues, which it will be new for a lot of these riders.
If only they could talk, eh, Simon?
Exactly. I think would make all of our jobs much easier.
We could mic them up and they would commentate on their way around.
Yeah, there we go. Let's do that next time. Clear over the last. That was for number 54. That's Winter Bud.
Lynn Elisa Skunacher. That looked good to me. So we've got a couple of riders still left to go. Number 56 is Diervolt de Beer on Stella La Scala, representing Gauteng. And this is our leader in the junior 65s.
They were leading us, but they've just run past at jump number 3 and, and had to circle back and re-jump it, so there'll be 20 penalties added to their score.
Oh no.
Just a representation of how fast these scores can change.
Especially at the lower levels.
Exactly.
Youthful enthusiasm.
No problem through the water. Diervolt kicks his horse back into the rhythm. Get a beautiful distance over the barrels. make their way up the step up. Dierwold looks to have lost his stirrup,
Oh no.
but he gets it back and kicks on.
This is where you learn the price of experience.
Exactly, and I think now that he's had an unfortunate disobedience at jump number 2, it's a good learning experience to school his horse around. And make sure they have a good, safe trip around.
Now this is the last of our junior 65s. We've got 3 pony riders left in the day. Yeah. So Dierwold the Beer is past the 3/4 mark. Turns for home now. See the shadows lengthening as we come towards the end of the cross-country section. The Toyota South African National Youth Championships at Shongweni in 2026. Show jumping tomorrow to conclude the eventing, and then a whole week of jumping and a few other disciplines as well here.
What an exciting day it's going to be tomorrow. All these scores are so close. And it's really going to be a battle for that top place on the podium. It's a clear round for the last junior rider on track. That was Dierwold and Stella Lescala riding for Gauteng.
Now, who's this?
I believe that's our first pony on track. Number 57, Tori Bonandrini.
Bonandrini, riding Gailey Equestrians Ferdinand, representing KwaZulu-Natal, lying in first after an outstanding dressage mark of 29.1.
There we go. There's another sub 30 score.
Tony's 12. She's at Thomas More, not far from where we are right now. Coached by Jojo Lindsay and Jordan Clinton and Claire Wager. She's also in the swimming team at Thomas More.
So good for these athletes to, especially the young ones, to be doing everything and figuring out what is really their thing before they specialize to one.
Ferdy is a Boerped Cross, rising 8 years old. It's his first year doing big shows. And she says he's a pocket rocket who loves the cross country.
Must be such a proud feeling for her as she takes this pony around. After I've done a beautiful dressage test this morning.
I was at Thomas More last year doing indoor IPT under 18s in their lovely indoor centre there. And that is Tori Bonandrini doing her school proud. Coming across the line on Ferdy. Now we've got just a couple of riders left. And this should be Isla Graham.
Isla Graham riding.
Princess Charlotte. She's in second, representing the Western Cape. 32.8 is her score. And goes cantering through the water. Well, she's only 2 bricks and a ticky high, but sits beautifully on this pony. And we've seen some very good young riders today, the future of the sport. Good luck to everyone tomorrow in the show jumping.
beautiful and confident.
There's that roar from the Western Cape supporters that we've been hearing all day.
Princess Charlotte looks like she's getting a little bit excited.
Over the last? Yes,
And
no
a
problem.
beautiful ride.
Finishes on the halfway line. Well done to Isla Graham and Princess Charlotte. And we should have, there we go, last rider is out on the course. Hannah Miller on Timmy.
Timmy on a score of 40.3 penalties. This is the last horse on track for the whole entire day. What a fantastic day it's been of eventing.
So we've had Katrin on course earlier, the elder sister. Hannah is just 10 years old at Hutton Park Primary. This horse eats pineapples, strawberries, apples, carrots, and sometimes my hair, she says. She's also a multi-sports person, plays hockey and soccer and swims for the school. Farm girl. And her roommate is a cat called Kosies. And this is Hannah's first year in competition. And here she comes to the finish. Beautifully over the last. Big smile. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what it's all about. So well done to Hannah Miller, doing her coach Dougie Welsh proud on what's been a difficult day for Dougie. And that concludes the cross country. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to our intrepid camera people. Thank you for Simon Reeve for teaching me lots and lots.
Thanks for having me today.
And we shall be here bright and early tomorrow. I think the first riders are in at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I think so. I'll have to double check that.
We will double check, but whatever. You can join us online on streaming tomorrow from Shongweni. Hope you've enjoyed day one of the eventing. Final day tomorrow.